Hello and welcome to FiveJay Gaming. I'm FiveJay, and today we're going to play some Castlevania Anniversary Collection, which just came out on the Nintendo Switch. It's got a bunch of Castlevania games on it, and it's maybe missing some games that you wanted, but I thought it has some really cool additions in here. It's got the classic 1, 2, and 3 on NES. Everyone kind of expects that. Not a huge deal. Castlevania 4, glad to see that's in here, but still probably not that weird. It's got 2 Game Boy games, which is kind of awesome. Castlevania The Adventure, which is kind of meh, but Belmont's Revenge is actually pretty good. I like Belmont's Revenge. And then Castlevania Bloodlines was the Genesis game. And I don't have a lot of experience with this one, so I'm actually very excited to check this one out. Apparently, The New Generation was the name in Europe, and it was censored. The one that came to America was not. So that's kind of weird. Usually the Americans, especially with Nintendo games, get all the censored stuff. So that's kind of cool. And then Kid Dracula. That's a weird one. I know this came to America on the Game Boy, but this is the original Famicom version, which I did not know was even a thing. But it is a Castlevania-style game. I forget what the real connection is here, if it's actually you're playing as Dracula or something. I could read the scrolling text there, but I'm way too lazy for that. And then some sort of book with some history stuff. You know, box arts and conceptual things and so forth. Look at that, different regions of manuals and stuff. Okay, the bonus book isn't as exciting. I want to check out Bloodlines. This is the first one I want to check out because I've been waiting to play this game for forever. Anyway, we got Chelsea in here, we got Parker in here. Thanks for watching, guys. Parker says, the sky or the roof, depending on where you are. Because I had asked him, what's up? Now you know. Now you know. Thanks, Parker. Glad you're doing well. I cannot wait to play this. Check it out. Genesis had some sweet stuff. So, and this game, a little bit more on the expensive side on Genesis. It's not crazy, but it's not a cheap title. The ancestors of the Belmont family are doomed to confront the power of evil incarnate, Dracula. For some reason, they always want it to be a film, so they have the little film reel guides on the side there spinning. In 1917, a countess sought to revive Dracula, I'm assuming, because I totally missed it. And to revive him, she needed to travel all over Europe, enlisting help from all the powers of darkness. Doesn't sound very good. 2 young vampire hunters sent out to fulfill their destiny. Push back the evil hordes and drive the vampire back into his dark netherworld. It's pretty intense. So the blood dripping, that's pretty sweet. I was reading the scrolling text for this one, and they censored that out in the European one. That's too bad, because it's kind of gnarly. Chic Cross, what's up? Oh no, you guys are hearing an echo? My bad. Chic Cross, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Why are we here? Desktop audio. Should have muted the desktop audio. My bad. Is that better? Less echoey? That's live streams for you. Should have tested the audio first. Sorry, it's been a while since I've been really doing live streams and trying to do edit videos, but there's been a lot of like family stuff going on, and I've just been not able to do much of anything. And next week, I'm out all week, so this is gonna be crazy. Now look at this, you get 2 characters and neither of them are Belmonts. John Morris, it's a very American name, in Texas, but he does have the vampire killer, the whip? Really? Huh. How is he related? How did he get that? And Eric, that looks like a lady, sure it's not Erica. Eric Lacard, Segovia, Spain. Weapon, the Alcard Spear. Similar to her last name, must be a family heirloom as well. Well, I mean, we're used to playing a dude with a whip. I'm gonna check out this, I guess, I don't have any idea. This person, Eric. She crosses, oh, about the Dragon Mark for Death? The one by Inti Creates. It's really nice. Oh, dude, that game looks awesome. I gotta check that out. I love Inti Creates, one of my favorite indie devs by a mile. She-Cross's characters are clearly different playstyles. Yeah. Look at that. It's some sort of sweet trident spear thing. I'm into it. Ooh, and we can stab in multiple directions. Do I spin? How did that spin happen? Ooh, and now it's got the 3 spikes. Oh, sweet. That's cool. I can't stab upward while I'm jumping, though. Okay, that is pretty sweet. Just not sure what things moving in the background might be interactable. Ooh, now it's even crazier. Oh, now it's got the little hook thing on it. Look at that corpse! Dang! This is gnarly. Okay, just wanted to check that flying around like that actually does do damage. And it does. Oh man, I like it. The graphics are nice. I love that unique Genesis soundtrack. Ugh, those corpses have flies around them. Gross in a good way. It's the good kind of gross. I can't fall through the stairs? Alright. Back off! Alright, we got a sub-weapon. There it is. Let's also jump. Whoa! What did I do? Ooh. Well, well, well. Original pixel perfect. Wouldn't that kind of be original? Whatever. We'll get them scan lines. Pixel perfect with scan lines. I gotta see pixel perfect with scan lines. It's a little on the dark side. Like a Sith. Sorry, it's a terrible joke. Hey, what's up? Simon's dropping in quick. Well, that's great, dude. Good to see you, man. Going to bed soon. Waking up at 5 a.m. ain't fun. I hear you, Simon. I hear you. I'm glad I don't have those days anymore, but I used to have to do that. Phoenix is also here. What's up, Phoenix? Welcome, dude. Whoa! Crazy eyeball character. What's going on? Looks like we could go up, or could have. Not so sure I can anymore. That's kind of fun. Does she have a double jump? No. Going down. Is this is kind of like, at least this castle layout seems pretty similar to the original, if you ask me. These graphics are obviously much, much better. Ugh. Being on stairs is the worst. So far we haven't encountered any walls with a hidden meat in them, which was a very Castlevania thing. Don't know why, but I sometimes hide meat in walls. Break it out. Again, I think I'm going to check out these. Let's see, what other display settings do we have? Just this? How's the 4x3 scan lines? Looks a little brighter. Oh, and there's frames. That's cool. I'm going to go to Pixel Perfect. But it's so small. Oh, frames are nice. Lame. That's cool. Don't understand what's going on the right side of that frame, but the left side of the frame is cool. Again, checking my walls here in case something breaks through. Parker says, waking up in general ain't fun. It's true. Unless you've had 55 hours of sleep. Whoa! Is this a permanent upgrade? Having a spear that's on fire? Because it's awesome. Yeah, definitely going to use a lot of that on this guy. Please be almost dead, because that would be great. The glass hurts me? Oh, sad. Then it downgrades my weapon. Got him. He melts. He burns up. I love it. It's a cool game. Very classic Castlevania. Simon says it is when you gotta do something fun. Wait, what? Did you just defend waking up at 5 a.m. after you just said that it's not fun? Did you just say that it is fun? I'm confused. Parker doesn't have anything fun to do. Now that I can understand. This is interesting. I could just break one little piece. I'm very confused. Why is it so hard to break a specific piece of this wall? There it is! See? There was meat in the wall. I told ya. School, unless you consider school fun. Yeah, no. School's not fun. Man, there's like bodies above you dripping blood. Love it. Super gnarly. Simon says, thanks to Odin. I never had classes early in the morning. Odin? Oh, are you like actually crediting someone you know named Odin, or you're like making a joke like, oh, praise be to Odin. Whoa. Hey! Can only face one skeleton at a time. Leave me alone. The rest of you skeletonians. What is that? Can I chuck things? Does it charge my weapon? I don't understand what that does. Besides, make you chuckle. Seemingly. Seems to be the same sort of attack. Guess you hold it out slightly longer. Weird. That's right, drop your weapon. So even though this is technically different than the whip, I feel like you attack in a very similar fashion, as in straight directions. So how much is it really all that different from the whip? The vampire killer. Oh! When did I get that? I don't know. But I got whatever those things were. Simon says, I pray to the Norse gods. No joke. Oh. Okay. Whoa! Leave me alone! There we go. It's an easier way to get rid of that punk. Parker says, I pray to almond milk, lol. Oh, Parker. Almond milk is not worth it. Come on, come on, yeah! So there's another very clearly broken wall there, so we'll go check for more meat in the wall. It's like only certain parts of my spear actually break anything in the wall. So that must be the secret. Simon says, what that does is, when you charge up, it builds up a fart. Oh, that's a good plan. Like in Smash Bros, Wario's fart attack. He does need to charge that up as well. That's a good point. Whoa! How was I supposed to know that was going to happen? I was worried that those crows were going to be getting me, but no. That was not the danger. I am the danger, right? Eh? Any Breaking Bad fans? That's good stuff. No! Extra no! Is there still meat in here? No. Rats. Parker, nothing you say will make me believe that almond milk is any good at all. Red Chaos is here. What's up, Red Chaos? Is got milk? Oh, weren't those good commercials? Remember when the first one aired, like, some people were kind of confused and they were like, why wouldn't that guy just, I don't know, it's like, you know, get a drink of water or something. Do whatever you need to. You're going to win $1 million. Because the first one was a guy receives a phone call from a contest and he just had to answer a question to receive $1 million. And the answer was like George Washington, and he is like, his whole house was decorated with George Washington. Clearly the man loved George Washington, but his mouth was full of peanut butter and he was unable to reply. People were confused. They didn't realize that was funny. Am I hurting this guy? He's not flashing like the previous boss. Ooh, he lost a weapon. That's good for me. I hope. He's not stronger without it. Seeing his health drastically go down, so that's good. Whoa! I thought he was going to use that staff like a gun. Kind of looked like he was aiming it at me like a gun. Whoa! Just one more hit. No, 2 more hits. There he is. No? What? There it is. Ooh. Ah, yes, the classic pick up an orb after defeating a boss. What is the orb and what does it do? Nobody knows. But you got it. Red Chaos is also, is this the Switch version? And is it working? I don't even mean by working, I mean, you can see that it's working. It is the Switch version. Is there supposed to be some sort of problem with it? I'm confused. Simon is impressed with the beauty of spring with the tulips blossoming. That's nice. Right now my AC is broken, so I'm really hoping that... Oh, that's cool. The reflection effects are sweet. I'm hoping that the weather continues to stay somewhat cool. Because we couldn't get the repair guy in. Happens, though, every year. The AC stops working, and so does everyone else's. So all the AC repair people are super busy as soon as the weather warms up. Don't know why it happens every year, but it just does. Whoa! I should really chuck that bottle. Hello. Yeah, leave me alone there, fish people. Now, anyone out there Godzilla fans? Oh boy. Oof. Because I'm getting into Godzilla right now. There's that new Godzilla coming out. I used to watch a lot of Godzilla as a kid. And now I'm getting back into it. Oh boy. Can't fight this guy. Nobody's really here to fight. They're just here to slow you down. There we go. Hey, look at that. I got somebody. Ha ha ha. There's a lot of chats here. Pause this for a moment. Take a look what we got going on. Chaos is fat-free milk. Ugh. Also not good. Sorry. That's just water. J.E.'s here. What's up, J.E.? He says, FiveJay, the Sega Genesis mini console, comes out on September 19th, and my birthday's on September 12th. That Genesis mini will be a nice belated birthday present, and at only $80 too. Yeah, they shared more games that are coming out for it, like Wily Wars. That's a rare Genesis title, so that's cool to see that on there. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. And I hope that's exactly everything that you wanted out of it there. I'm thinking about it myself. Thinking about it. Because the mini consoles look so cool. And they take up so little space. At the same time, I have the high quality recreations. I have the Mega SG. But I don't own all the rare games. So again... Holy shamoly! And let me guess, I used up all of my energy to just test out what that thing does. Probably, yes. Ooh hoo hoo! That was actually a no, but I'm cool with it. What's he doing? Just being a water fountain? He's not really attacking me at all. Should I even be attacking this guy? I feel kind of bad. I just trounced him. I feel like maybe he didn't deserve what came to him there. I knew that thing was coming for me. Usually they just fly away, but the fact that they were sticking around made me super suspicious. Well, hello there. Oh, I cannot get close to this guy. Oh, or I have to get close to this guy. Interesting twist. I didn't see that coming. Oh, shoot! He does a lot of damage! Ooh, I wonder how far back I have to go. First time dying. Which means it's much more forgiving than previous games. Again, should I kill this guy? I'm clearly not that conflicted about it because I'm just going for it. But... oh, he's making the water fill up, so you have to kill him before he fills up all the water. I see what the harm is now. Woof. I was like, I don't think I have to kill this guy. No, no, no. I just didn't realize what was going on. Parker says, 80 bucks for Baby Genesis. Wow, it was the same price as the SNES Mini. It comes with 2 controllers, so they're just going for the same market. Plus, it's 40 games versus 20 on the Super Nintendo Mini. So, you say it's a lot, but as long as it's good, it's totally worth that. Phoenix says, this game is a prequel to Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. Well, it's not really a prequel. Like, it came before, and maybe Portrait of Ruin is a sequel. But a prequel is a game that comes out after, but takes place beforehand. But this game came out on the Genesis, and Portrait of Ruin is a DS game, so definitely not a prequel in that sense. You know. But I like that you're connecting the mythos together there. I didn't know that this game had a sequel. That's really cool. Is it the same characters? John, Morris, and whatever her name is again? Hey, what's up, Joe? Whoa! Well, I'm looking at the chats. Big dude with an axe comes at me. Craig says, the morning Jay has vanquished the horrible night. Indeed. Classic Castlevania lines. Parker's brother loves Godzilla. Is your brother older or younger, Parker? I am super getting into Godzilla right now. Just watched the original, and I'm about to watch Godzilla vs. King Kong. And when I am at Vegas for that convention, I'm bringing a bunch of Godzilla movies with me so I can continue to watch them all. Red Chaos says, and to think that the bloody Castlevania games back in the 32-bit era. I just watched the original Castlevania timeline mentioning that the lance was made by Alucard. More you know. This lance? That's cool. I like that. Her name vaguely reminded me of Alucard, so, like, in my mind, I was thinking about Alucard, even though I had no great reason to, so, interesting. They must have done that on purpose. Game over! It's game over, man. Game over. See ya, Simon. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Oh, good. There's continues, as there should be. Jack Carver is here. What's up, Jack? Thank you for watching. Says, I was being rude a few weeks ago in the live chat. I was a bit sad at the time. I guess. I'm sorry. Jack, I don't remember what happened, but that's okay. I always accept people's apologies, and you're always welcome here, as long as you're getting along with folks. So, glad to have you back, Jack. What? Oh, the Medusa heads. No, those are always the worst. Watch their pattern. Do not fall for their shenanigans. They've done it. Cursed wretches! This is an interesting concept. You're just on sinking water. I like that. It's kind of the opposite of what we see and even saw literally earlier in this game with the upward scrolling stages. Now it's sort of a downward scrolling stage, but with the added sort of caveat that you gotta be standing on these little rafts. And it's not overly difficult, you know, it's not unfair. I don't feel like it's too difficult. It's just fun. Ow, actually this part. Ah! It's a little worried it's gonna get crushed on the top of the screen there. But no, we made it. Whoa! Dude made a valiant effort to come get me. There's a lot of chats here. Craig says King Kong vs. Godzilla is crazy, Jay. You'll love it. Sweet. I'm really looking forward to it. It's the next one to watch. I watched the first one and I watched Godzilla Raids Again, which is the first appearance of one of my favorite characters, his friend, eventually. Anguirus? Anguirus? I think I always used to call him Anguillus. That might be what they call him in the American ones, because I had watched the dubbed ones, you know, when I was younger. And I probably will continue to watch some of the dubbed ones because some of them are hard to find in Japanese here in America. At least, you know, at a reasonable price. So, like, I absolutely cannot find, for a reasonable price, Mothra vs. Godzilla, which is not to be confused with Godzilla vs. Mothra, which is the 1992 movie. There was a 1964 movie called Mothra vs. Godzilla, you know, inverted there, that I just cannot find. What I can find is Godzilla vs. The Thing, which is the American version. And therefore, English dubbed over Japanese people speaking, which is far more egregious than the folks that complain about, you know, English dubs in anime. Watch an English dub over actual Japanese people speaking Japanese. Like, it's way, way worse. Oh! And also way, way funnier. Very funny. Come on, punk. Once again, there's just so many chats. I probably missed a few. Sorry, guys. Luke is here. What's up, Luke? I have seen Detective Pikachu, and it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. I highly recommend it. I haven't played the game. Has anyone both played the game and seen the movie? No spoilers. Just percentage-wise, how much of the plot of the game is the same, like, at least at a high level, as the plot in the movie? Because I kind of want to play the game, but if the game's plot is identical to the movie's plot, then I kind of feel like I don't really need to after all. It was a really good movie, though, and I really liked the plot. Very well done. They pulled it off, man. I knew that was going to happen, and I did it anyway. Ooh, one hit with the axe, and he was down. Ugh. There we go. Another one of those. Come on, yes! Craig says, ooh, I've never seen Raids Again. Did you like it? It was not amazing, honestly. Because it was like an immediate sequel. So Godzilla came out in 1954. Extremely old, right? And then Raids Again came out in like 55. So it was like a very quick turnaround to a sequel. The tone was completely different. There wasn't a whole lot of good action scenes. Anguirus did not fare well against Godzilla, so he didn't have a lot of screen time. He did have his classic roar, though, and I really love Anguirus' roar. See, I still want to call him Anguillus. Still how I know him, and I probably know him most from Godzilla vs. Gigan, English dub. And he might be called Gigan or something. It's been forever since I've seen it. But that's what I thought he was called. Craig says, I think exactly 0 people play the Detective Pikachu game. Lel. I hope that's not true, because it sounded like it was actually a pretty decent game, and if the plot was anything like that plot, then it was a good story, too. Luke says, what if they added DLC alts for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Detective Pikachu, Builder Luigi, Wario Man, etc. That'd be cool. It'd be super cool. Jay says, Detective Pikachu's story gets compared to Who Framed Roger Rabbit by some people. Interesting. I'm actually going to end this one. How do I do that? Let's go and check out one of the other games. Like Kid Dracula. This one never came to America. Wait, no, sorry. I lied. I already said that it came to Game Boy in America. But this is a Famicom game. So the Japanese NES. Luke, I did not see the Super Mario Maker 2 Direct. Says I'm drawing out a level based on the Mouser boss from Super Mario Bros. 2 USA. It's that mouse boss that throws bombs. Oh yeah, with the sunglasses? Super cool. Dude, I love that game. Super Mario Bros. 2 USA. The one based on Doki Doki Panic. Incredible. Such a great game. So this is a Castlevania game, somehow. Like, the aesthetic is very kiddie and, like, big, you know, chibi-looking characters. But from what I've seen, looks like the gameplay is pretty similar. But you're Dracula. Kid Dracula, of course. Beep-be-dee-dee-dee-dee. Ah, there's that classic vampire killer soundtrack that I'm used to. Just kidding. Alright. So, I'm throwing fire? Is that a thing Dracula does? I guess as a boss, he probably does. Oh, and I can shoot multiple directions for a Famicom game. That's actually pretty sweet. I like when they explode in... Does it say power pun? Looks like P-O-N, exclamation point. This is the most happy-go-lucky... It definitely says pawn. I don't know what that's supposed to be in Japanese. Probably just another, like, sound effect. Pawn. The most happy-go-lucky Castlevania ever. Yeah, this doesn't fit real well. There is another Castlevania game that's on Switch. It's the arcade Castlevania game, and it's not in this collection. It's in the other Konami collection, Konami Arcade Classics. I believe it's called something like Haunted Mansion or something like that. It's not actually called Castlevania. At least not in America. So that's another interesting Castlevania game you get to play on the Switch. Look at that sprite flicker. It's because they were big and colorful. They couldn't display a lot of them at once. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, you just get 4 hearts. Or we had 3, and I think we upgraded to 4. That's cool. Very kid-friendly version of Castlevania. Seems decent. Doesn't really have the feel of Castlevania. It has some of the look. It's actually almost like Castlevania as a Mega Man game. With the big eyes on all the characters. It looks kind of like the robots in Mega Man. I'm going to call this the Mega Man Castlevania game. Phoenix's Rip Unlimited continues in Castlevania Bloodlines. Was that a thing that they used to have? Boop, 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 boop. Select do anything? It says normal and level 1, so something happens with your weapon. We haven't seen it yet. You don't blow up candles and get upgrades that way. So that's different. But you're seeing the classic, like, clock tower stuff. I mean, that's always been a part of Dracula's castle in Castlevania games, so it looks very much like a Mega Man Castlevania game right now. Though Mega Man didn't have quite such upbeat, childish music. It was always a little bit more awesome, you know, like sort of rock sounding. So the aesthetic is a little weird in the audio department. But I kind of dig the visuals, actually. It looks nice. It's not at all creepy and haunted like Castlevania, but that's okay. Let's see, J.E. says, I've never played the original Super Mario Maker, so I'm thinking about buying a 2DS XL and the 3DS version. Yeah, go for it, man. It's a fun game. I forget what the downside is of getting the 3DS version. It has some sort of online feature that's missing, and I don't remember exactly what it is. But that's okay, because it has 100 levels that are made for you. You can still download other levels, I think. And then have a good time with that. Oh, yeah. Well, that wasn't an upgrade. I thought it was. It was just a restorative. A boss? A boss? Looks like our first boss. Oh, he's very scary. Oof, he's gonna haunt my nightmares. Ah, make him go away! Too scary! He's literally crying. I think he called his mom. That's kind of awesome. That's kind of awesome. Now it seems a little bit like Kirby. Now calling the big one, right? No, that was the big one. Yes, homing spell. Ooh, okay, so you beat a boss, you level up your attack. Super cool. Which will it be? I don't know. Phoenix Heart says, no Haunted Castle. Not in this collection, but it is in the Atari Arcade Classics collection. That's kind of weird. It's another Castlevania game, but not in the Castlevania collection. So, weird, but it is there on the Switch. J.E. says, I don't have $300 to buy a Switch. It's okay. There's time. The Switch is going to be around for a while, so... When you get a console at the end of its life, that's cool too, because you get lots of games cheap. Sometimes you get the console for cheap. What is with all of these mini games after the level? Too bad. See you again. Okay. Cool. Luke had predicted there would be a Mario Maker 2 Direct. Nice. Good job, dude. So, level 2. How do I get it to level 2? Just continue charging? Every time I get this coin and another bird spawns, I'm just trying to charge it all the way. Oh, there we go. Gotcha. So, you just change between what your level 2 charge is. Normal or homing. Definitely going with homing. Woo! Ah, that was my bad. Totally my bad. Looks like actually I think that the Super Mario 2 Direct, Maker 2 Direct would be a 10 out of 10. It was good, huh? Nice. Craig says, he called his mom, lol. He did, right? That boss, that little tiny boss that we totally made fun of, he called his mom. And had his mom come take care of us. That's hilarious. This game's got a sense of humor. And I suck, apparently, at making these cloud jumps. I can do this. I can do this. Come on. You make this jump. Make it. Make it. That's right. You get on that cloud. You get on that cloud. No! Too ambitious. Jay says the commercial for Hulu said, we're going to ruin TV for you, and they have. Dish Network sucks. It's true. It's true. Netflix ruined TV for me, though, well before I ever needed TV. In college, Netflix was huge already, doing mostly DVDs. And then they launched the service for streaming. And at one point, it was $8 a month, and you got a DVD and the streaming service. It was insane. Insane. And then they split it, and they were like, all right, for $8 a month, now you get either the DVD or the streaming service. And I said bye-bye to those DVDs, and I never looked back. I never once reactivated the DVDs. And I don't feel a need to. Unless they have Godzilla DVDs. Just kidding. I'm going to rent those on Amazon. Or I could buy them. On iTunes or several other places. Yes! Got a new heart container. It's worth sitting here waiting to get back around again. Don't you do it, man. Don't you do it. Looks as Jay, I really think there should be a 2D Mario game that brings back or uses characters. Oh, no! No! I shouldn't have looked away. Ah! I should have continued what I was doing. Look what I've done now. I've ruined everything. I need to get to that top before I look at the chat. I thought I was up there. I thought all I would need to do was jump one time and I was there. And I was wrong. How was I so wrong? I see. That was not a platform. Got it. Looks as Jay, I really think there should be a 2D Mario game that brings back or uses characters more that were barely used, like the Koopalings, Wario, Mouser, Goom Boss, and King Boo. The Koopalings have come back, right? Been mini bosses in other games. So, I mean, that much is good. But I get your point. It'd be cool to see other... Whoa! Flying jet turtle guy. That says Castlevania to me. Totally. Don't worry about it. This is insane. What is even happening? Whoa. That's nutso. Bling. Alright, we're going to check out another one. I think I've played most of the other ones, but that's okay. So these were the two I'd never had any experience with. And the rest of these I have had varying degrees of experience with. Lots, tiny, some, very little because I didn't like it all that much. And a good amount on this one. This is a good one too. I'm going to go with Super Castlevania 4 because this one's really sweet looking. Craig says, Jay, I'm getting Rage 2 tomorrow. Nice. That's cool. It looks like an interesting game. I like that there was like Doom stuff in Rage. Oh, that was great. That would be the only thing that would get me in there. I don't know. There's something about the aesthetic to me. Just isn't a game that I'm particularly excited for. Doom Eternal. I am all over that business. I gotta have that. Boy, it is hot in here. My fan is on maximum. Man, that AC guy needs to come here or the weather needs to get cold again. Check the forecast. Hee-ba-da-doo. That's not really... No, I want to see like the week-long forecast. Please and thank you. Oh, okay. Today was easily the hottest day. Raining, thunderstorms, raining. Good, that means it's cool. And then I'll be in Vegas, where it will be quite hot. And I'll be staying inside the hotel, because it will burn me. It'll burn me bad. Craig says, why does it say the new generation next to Bloodlines? In Europe, the game was heavily censored. Well, it was censored. I don't know if it was heavily censored. And they didn't want blood in the title, so they gave it a totally different name and logo. They changed the title screen too, which had dripping blood and a pool of blood. They changed the way the zombies looked, and I think a few more things. It's very interesting. Enter your name. How much space do you have? Can you fit FiveJay all spelt out and stuff? Yes. Yes, you can. This is the best looking Castlevania game until we get to the PlayStation era. This one definitely looks better than the Genesis one, but the Genesis one does look really good. Just wait, maybe this particular part isn't blowing your mind, but look at that background. The skull-shaped rocks, the moon back there hiding behind things. It's good stuff. Run! Go! And now that's it. You're now in the castle. Never again will you be outside that castle. So, better hope that it was worth it. And this one also has the infamous, or rather famous, 8-directional whip. And you get to do this. Wah! Wah! So, clearly the best version. Gotcha. Okay. Just seeing how my sub-weapons work. Oh yeah, and this one has a foreground and a background. If you stay in the foreground, you will actually fall down this pit. And then you realize, wait, there's candles behind this gate. I can go behind the gate. So that's a really cool discovery. Let me see if there's anything hiding to the left over here. See, they can't hurt me. Can I go back? Oh, that'd be awesome. Just leave. There's parts where you swing from your whip, and that's super cool. That's maybe my favorite part about this game, is when you're swinging from your whip. Anything that has swinging mechanics in games, for some reason, I just love swinging mechanics. Don't know why. I want a better sub-weapon, so I'm going back out. Craig says this game is so good it hurts. It's a good game. It's a very good game. J.E. says they're practically begging you to buy a PlayStation Classic, especially considering how cheap they are at Walmart. Yeah, and I can see why they'd need to beg. It wasn't as great as I was even expecting. I don't know, man. The game selection is just not great. There are some good games on there, and the good games that are on there are awesome and totally worth a super discounted price. Never once was that worth full price. But if you can get it at a discounted price, it is pretty cool. There's just not that many great games on there, which is so sad because the PlayStation had so many great games. Luke says, imagine Wario driving in a car throwing bombs. Mouser hides in pipes, and there are other skip squeaks in the pipes, and they're throwing bombs. You could do anything. Or better yet, a Wario boss that gets crushed and flattened by thwomps and getting burnt by lava. Or a P-Balloon boss that has you fight Balloon Wario with a giant inflated head. Ooh, the Wario, yes, in Wario Land. I loved all the crazy things that happened to Wario in Wario Land. Look at that one wall, had like 3 items in it. Sweet. These walls are jam-packed full of goodies. I like how this soundtrack also sounds like it's played on an organ, you know, which is a very classic scary movie instrument. You gotta have an organ. This game, I would say is probably significantly easier on average. No, I didn't want that. Whatever. On average to the classic Castlevania series, but it has moments that are still very challenging. Luke says, sorry for all the comments about a Mario game that I'm dreaming of. I just really like sharing what I like or what I would like. Maybe you should think about going into game design. Then you can put your ideas into reality. Of course, they might not, you know, actually be Mario characters. But if you look at a game like, what is that called? Shoot. It's like Pizza Delivery Guy or something like that. I forget what it's called. But it's clearly a Wario game. He's a big fat... Here we go. He's a big fat Italian guy with a crazy mustache. Does things like shoulder bashes and stuff. And how dare this guy pop out there? Hit me with his cudgel. That's just not polite. See? Swinging mechanics. Do-do-do, Craig says, Jay, I have the cartridge of this game. It cost me a pretty penny. Oof, I bet it did. But that's so sweet. What a great game to have on Super Nintendo. I would love to have the cartridge played on the Super NT. But I am really into the Mega SG right now, most specifically the Sega CD. I don't know why, man, but I'm just digging the Sega CD right now. There's a lot of cool games on there. There's a lot of garbage. The FMV stuff is very, very much a trend. But there actually was some good FMV stuff, too. It wasn't all trash. Well, thank goodness I can jump off the stairs. Hopefully that's a better sub-weapon. No, it's just money. Which makes no difference in this game. Oh, that enemy disappeared. Nice. Two Steve's back. What's up, Two Steve? Steve, he says, it's Mario, lol. Pretty much. It's pretty much Mario. May, you're back. What's going on, girl? She says, I'm in favor of you playing Skyrim one day. You know, May, I was kind of thinking about that recently, actually. Believe it or not. Funny coincidence there. We were both kind of thinking about Skyrim. Skyrim's a cool game. It's just so big. Sometimes games that are just massive overwhelm me, and then I don't get very far. But it doesn't detract from the fact that they're still super awesome. So, I do want to come back to it. Boo, boo. Not the horse heads. No! Trying to blend into the ground. It's evil of them. They're basically Medusa heads. Same thing. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, and I can go up? That's evil. Craig says, and that's the first and last time you'll hear the word cudgel from FiveJay. No, I will definitely use the word cudgel in the future. For sure. I like that word. It's a strange word. And a wonderful word. Ugh. Medusa heads. Shall I get no recompense from this? No relief? Ah! I have the time stopper, which is kind of a lame power. Run. There we go. That's a little better. What? How much health did that take? No, 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 no. Need a full strength whip ASAP. See, right now it's not strong enough to kill one hit every time. Go away. Ah! Gotcha. There it is. And now I have the full length, full strength whip. Wah, wah. JE says it'd be interesting to play Final Fantasy IX on the PlayStation Classic. Then again, I suppose it's better to just get a Switch and buy a Final Fantasy IX through the eShop. Well, the one that's on Switch is a port from either the PS4 or PC version. Forget. And that's maybe good or bad. I don't know. But the one that's on the PlayStation Classic should be the original game. I don't know for sure what differences there might be, but I think there's probably slight differences. So, up to you. Which one looks or sounds better? Ran out of... Whoa! This is a cool boss. Breaking into bits and reforming himself. Classic, once again, you gotta get the orb. Nobody knows why. Looks as hopefully Jay watches the Mario Maker 2 Direct. I don't know if I will. I think all the information is going to be out there on social media and the internet, and I'll just see all of it there. That'll be all I need. Cream soda. No, 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 no. I want ein Rootbier. That is good. It's so good. Whoa. Hand came out of nowhere? Whoa, look at the invisible leaf guy. Whoa! Do not let this axe go. It's too good. I love the classic Konami pause sound. It also was in Ninja Turtles 4 on Super Nintendo. Sorry, I just like it. See, I knew he was gonna come. I knew it. I knew he was nearby. Invisible Leaf Man. Man, that spider really flips out when you get him. Bursts into flame. Ooh, are we getting close to the part where it's like the room that spins around while you're hanging on to the anchor point? That's cool. Are these hedgehogs? They're walking on their hind feet. Not sure what they are. They actually look a little bit like a little tiny Anguirus. I still want to call them Anguillus. That must be what it was in the American versions. Looks like a tiny Anguillus. Of course, I could be misremembering since I did watch it. I was quite young. So anyway, I'm watching these Godzilla movies because there's a new Godzilla movie coming out. And I realized that a lot of the monsters that are in it weren't in the limited number of Godzilla movies that I watched. I just watched those Godzilla movies a bunch of times because it's the only ones that I had or had access to. So I wanted to dive into the Godzillaverse. I had Godzilla toys. I clearly liked Godzilla a lot. So I gotta watch all the movies. And I'm actually really excited. I'm like seeing how the movies look. And I'm like seeing sort of an overview of some of the things that are in them. And boy, a lot of the Godzilla movies that I did not catch are like the best ones. I missed all the good ones. The best ones. So I'm really looking forward to going through all these movies and then catching the new one. The preview reactions to the new Godzilla movie are actually really good. So I really hope that they've delivered on that. I want to see a good American Godzilla movie. The one in 2014 was pretty good. It wasn't great. It was pretty good. Parts of it were really good. Other parts were eh. So really looking forward to this next one. Because they got a bunch more monsters in it. A bunch of the monsters that people most want to see Godzilla fight are in it. And he fights them. And that's exciting. To me. Oh no. Oh, yep. I didn't commit one way or the other on that one. 'Twas my demise. Ba-doo. Ah, he just came out of nowhere. Oh man, as a kid I remember being very excited for the Godzilla movie with Matthew Broderick. Like 1998. I still remember the Taco Bell commercials from those days. I remember that's when they used to have the little Chihuahua as like the Taco Bell mascot. And there was a commercial where he was trying to do the classic thing where you like have a trail of bait that leads to a box it's held up with a stick, and you pull the stick out to catch some little creature. He was trying to do that with Godzilla, and I remember the little Chihuahua saying, "I think I need a bigger box." It wasn't a great commercial, I just really remember it for some reason. Oh, yes, Godzilla and Taco Bell. That was a real thing. The 90s were a crazy time. A beautifully crazy time. Hey, Rayanne's back. What's up, Rayanne? Welcome, dude. Says hello. Hey, how's it going? I kind of want to check out some more Castlevanias. Looks like there is save and load features. I mean, I don't really care to use it right now, but it's here, so cool. I'm gonna do some Belmont's Revenge. It's black and white, but it's still good. Jay says, FiveJay, does your wife like Marvel films or DC? And curious if you had anybody in your family who celebrated Mother's Day. Mother's Day is supposed to be special if you have a mother to share it with. Yeah, my wife watched all the Marvel movies with me. Not necessarily when they came out, but we did end up watching all of them, preparing for Infinity War, and then she was all caught up, ready to go for Endgame. So yeah, it was nice. We saw it with her. It was great. So, actually, I've seen it with her twice now. Cloud Castle, cool. Mother's Day, yes. There's quite a few people in my family who either like have children or are having children, and I do still have my mother. So I had, and actually both of my grandmothers and one of my grandfathers. So I have a lot of my relatives still alive, which I didn't really think about it, but on Lauren's side of the family, that's not really true. So, you know, you never really think about how fortunate you are until you kind of see the other side of the coin and go, oh, wow, yeah. I've got a pretty good life. Not that I ever thought that I didn't, but sometimes you just don't realize how great it is, you know? So sorry to anyone who doesn't, you know, still have their mother around, but hopefully you had somebody to celebrate with, whether it's, you know, a sister or an aunt or something, a grandparent, what have you. Whoa! That was crafty. So in this one, when you get 2 upgrades in the whip, then you get to throw fireballs out of the whip, which is kind of nonsense, but also kind of awesome. I mean, why does a whip really kill demons anyway? It's already a nonsense idea, so nothing wrong with some fireball magic coming out of the end of a whip. It's already a magical demon-killing whip anyway. Oof. There we go. Oh, and I got the axe. Wonderful. Perfect. See, this is a fun Castlevania game. If you never tried this one specifically is very good. The first Game Boy game they had on here, Castlevania The Adventure, it's very slow. Very, very slow. And this one is already kind of slow. But you can do things like slide down the rope very quickly. They made it a little bit faster. A little more action to it. So I think that they fixed a lot of the problems with the first one in this one. No, that was the whip upgrade! Rats. Rayan says, should be in bed right now, but it feels better to go on YouTube and listen to Nintendo and Nickelodeon music. Ah, yes. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, thanks for hanging out while you're shirking your bedtime. Oh, lame! There's so many spikes there! Ah. I got one chance to upgrade this whip again. Ah, I tried, but I failed. Really did try jumping there, but I must have been too close to the ceiling, maybe? Can't imagine what else stopped me there. Oh, and I don't have the axe anymore either. That's too bad. There we go. Had to not jump. That was the secret. Luke has 5 grandparents alive. Okay, so you got like a lot of people. You probably have then more than just the 2 sides. Well, wait, are you married? I didn't think you were of marriageable age, Luke, so 5 grandparents seems like quite a bit. Unusually high number, but cool. I mean, hopefully. Again, I always really enjoyed my grandparents, but sometimes grandparents aren't the same for everybody. Then, you know, so I mean, hopefully all 5 of your grandparents are awesome. Whoa! Oh yeah, I lost dogs. Yeah, that's always sad. There's no stopping it. There's no stopping it. Luke's taking off. See you, Luke. Thanks for hanging out. Jay says, I still remember Demolition Man, where Stallone was pretending to eat a rat burger. I guess the future didn't have cows. I guess not. I have not seen Demolition Man, but I have played Demolition Man on Sega CD, and it's pretty good, actually, from the little bit that I've played so far. I'm a Stallone fan, so I do really want to see that one. I was disappointed, though, when I realized that it wasn't Dennis Rodman in the movie. It was Wesley Snipes. I've never seen the Blade movies either, so I don't really have any attachment to Wesley Snipes. But back in the 90s, I did used to watch basketball with my family. And I was really into the Bulls because they had like all the best players. Like, man, with Rodman and Pippen and Jordan all on one team, it was crazy. And Shaq and Kobe and all sorts of stuff. Like, man, there was a lot of great players back then. Anyway, so I was like, oh, sweet, Rodman and Stallone. It wasn't Rodman. But still looks like a very Stallone movie, and I'm very into that. Plus, I really do need to watch the Blade movies, right? I really do. So you're playing Castlevania, you should go watch some vampire killing movies. Ooh, this is a good room. Whip upgrades, throwing axe. About time. Ho, excuse you, whatever you are, doing whatever that is that you're doing. Wow. I did see Cliffhanger from Stallone, but that was so long ago I don't even remember it. Whoa! Ah! No! I was trying to jump off, but it wouldn't jump off. Oh, sad. What's cool about this one is you get a stage select. So you can say, you know what, I want to continue, but I really don't want to play that level anymore. Let's go to this world. Crystal Castle business. Literally Crystal Castle. It's right on the money. That's cool music. Can I be in that water? I have to be, right? There's no way around it. Oh no, the blasted birds are the worst. Lived through that bird invasion, but
There's more. More of the blasted fiends to come. Ooh, sweet. Oh, sweet. Now I can chuck fireballs. Yeah! First time we've actually seen that. Because I've been sucking it up earlier. Super, super handy if you can hold on to it. Very, very useful. Oof, do not want that. Do I risk it? It's not going to be another sub-weapon, is it? Okay. Just a coin that I don't really care about. J.E. says Dennis Rodman was in a film with Jean-Claude Van Damme called Double Team. I have not heard of that. Neither was Jean-Claude, huh? That's kind of awesome. Again, very 90s. I'm going to get out of this place. Actually, don't have any idea. What? There's no way I can get out of there. This is a trap, isn't it? I fell for a stupid, stupid trap. Oh, and I'm gonna lose my flame whip. So I can land in those little tiny pillars. I can! Oh, thank goodness. It really looked like a part of the background to me. So, good news. Whoa! Monsties in the water. That's right, monsties. It's because the word monster is too scary. You gotta tone it down. It's a monstie. Why did you do that? You knew you weren't gonna make it. You just wanted that heart so bad. Just flew off the edge. Alright, I started a little late, but I still am going to end relatively at the same time. Just want to check out one more. Ooh, we've played a lot of these. Dracula 3. It's a great game. We're not going to get into the meat of it, but you get to play as different characters. This is the first time you see Alucard. It's good stuff. Oh, and this is where Castlevania 4 got it from. Billy, oh, the music is so good in this one. Top notch in the NES era. It's good. Oh, Vampire Killer is the song, as well as the whip. It's such a great song. Man, this game's good. But you know what maybe is my favorite Castlevania? Is that, that pseudo Castlevania game. The 8-bit one. That's on Switch and a bunch of other platforms. Why is the name escaping me? See, look at how beautiful this is. All the stained glass. That's so cool. Why did I not go up that? Man. I gotta go find it now because it's bothering me that I don't remember the name. It's in here somewhere. I got a lot of games. Beep-a-dee-beep-bee. I got a lot of games. Did I miss it? I might have passed it already. And it's further down this list than I thought. I must have passed it already. There it is. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. That's probably my favorite of the Castlevania games, even though it's not technically a Castlevania game. It's basically this game, but boy, honestly, even better. Because it's tough, but this one can be unfair tough. And that one is tough, and it's not unfair. It never once really feels unfair. And there's a twist in the gameplay that's so, so cool. But of the 8-bit era, actual and Castlevania games, this is easily the best. It's so good. Boodly-doo, boodly-doo, boodly-doo. Ah, man, it's such a great game. So, I cannot jump onto the stairs like in some of the other really newer games, huh? Gotta walk from the bottom. Ooh, I do want the big heart. Craig says about 5 weeks from now, Bloodstained comes out. The new one. The one that was the Kickstarter was actually about. The 8-bit one was like a stretch goal. You know, it was just a little extra bit. It wasn't the actual thing that everyone was funding. So what's that other one? So Curse of the Moon. I think it's Ritual of the Night, right? So Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is the old 8-bit styled one, which is super good. And then Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is the one that has the graphics that they just retweaked, and now they actually look cool, and before they were kind of like, meh. Jay says, I had cable TV back in the 90s, and I don't remember any of the Sega does what Nintendo don't commercials back in those days. I did not have cable TV, so I didn't see any of those commercials. I don't remember anything like that. I didn't really have magazine subscriptions either, so I never saw print ads. I was completely unaware of things like the TurboGrafx 16, even the Sega Saturn, and one of the reasons for that is back in the day, Sega Saturn launched out of nowhere. They literally surprise launched the console. They planned on launching it on a certain date, and then like several months beforehand, they're just like, nah, it's out today. I'm like, what? Why? So the marketing wasn't real good there. Too bad that it didn't do well, because now I'm getting back into the old Sega consoles, and they're good stuff, man. They're cool. They weren't the most powerful, and for the Saturn it was a little too expensive. But they're so cool. Wow, you literally cannot get in there, unless I guess maybe you have a different character? Can you come back to this with a different character? Yes, you must. Like the NES drums. Oh, this guy is the worst. Little jumping bean guy. Go away, man. I'm hurting this guy, right? There we go. Craig says, imagine if someone did that, if they were like, hey, the PS5 is out in a week. Nah, like, out today. They were like, oh, it comes out in August. Never mind, it's today. Right? It'd be super strange. Another thing I didn't realize, I've been watching some YouTube videos lately. I know, right? I don't usually watch YouTube videos. Strange of me. Watching some Gaming Historian. Apparently, the PlayStation is not entirely Nintendo's fault. After Nintendo rejected the PlayStation, they went to Sega, and then Sega rejected Sony as well. So they were going to be working with Sega, and then it still would have just been Nintendo versus Sega. There still wouldn't have been Sony as a third, player in the game. So it's actually kind of even more Sega's fault than Nintendo's. Because it was going to be like, hey, Sony and Sega team up. We hate Nintendo. Let's fight them together. And then Sega's like, nah. So I did not realize that Sega was equally, if not more, culpable in the creation of the PlayStation. Crazy. Ugh. Alright, after I beat this boss, surely I must, then we'll move on. Yeah, what's up, boy? Right in his stupid face. Gotcha. Ha ha ha! Sick. Turn into an orb. Don't know why. But they're there every time. Maple Syrup's here. What's up, Maple Syrup? Oh, man, and I'm just about to leave, too. But, hey. J.E. says, would you say that the Sega Dreamcast is better than the GameCube? I don't mean specs. I'm talking about nostalgia and console design. Personally, I love the Dreamcast design. I do wish the controller did have a second analog stick, and if it had that, it'd be like perfect. I love that controller. With the VMU and everything. And yeah, I don't know. I really, really love the Dreamcast. But the GameCube's a great system too. It's tough for me. What makes it even tougher is that a lot of the Dreamcast games that were good ended up coming over to the GameCube anyway. So even if you love the Dreamcast and were like, Dreamcast for life, a lot of those games ended up coming to GameCube anyway. So they almost seem like a team, like a pair. Oh, okay, wow. I'm super impatient. Anyways, thanks for coming, guys. I'm going to sign off here. You're all the best. I'm out all next week, so I'm going to try to make some content ahead of time and try and schedule it, because I've already been so absent lately. I hate being gone for another full week, but it's going to be Sunday to Saturday. It's a full week. So I'm going to sign off and start making some other videos. So you guys rock, and I'll see you guys tomorrow and Saturday, and then hopefully I'll have a bunch of content to display during the week. You guys rock. See ya.